Let's now move on to the UK. It is gearing up for a special day. The clock is ticking. The countdown has been underway for a grand ceremony, the King's coronation. It is a ceremony that will be watched around the world, and we will be getting you all the updates as and when they happen. Now, the coronation is still days away, but it has been making headlines for weeks now, given the preparation that's involved, also the curiosity that's attached to the event. In the latest, the ceremony is making headlines for a gift for the king. What is the gift and who is it from? 2 shards of the true cross are a gift from Pope Francis to King Charles. Let me break it down for you. Basically, small shards of wood from what some believe is the true cross on which Jesus Christ was crucified have been incorporated into a cross that will lead King Charles's coronation procession. So, these shards will be making their presence felt during the grand coronation ceremony. They will be a part of the coronation procession. And let's just tell you a little bit more about the gift. The tiny fragments are shaped like crosses, one of which is 1 centimeter and the other is only 5 millimeters. They have been set into the larger silver cross behind a rose crystal gemstone. The Cross of Wales was gifted from Charles to the church in Wales and will be blessed by the Archbishop of Wales, Andrew John, in a service, and when it arrives in London, it will be shared between the Anglican and the Catholic churches. According to reports, it was made from recycled silver bullion, which was provided by the Royal Mint in South Wales, and includes a shaft of Welsh windfall timber and Welsh slate. And let's just tell you a little bit more about the true cross. The true cross is basically used for the cross upon which Jesus Christ is said to have been crucified. There is religious veneration attached to it. And what about the story of the true cross, its journey? It is believed that the true cross was found by Saint Helena, mother of Constantine the Great. This was during her pilgrimage to the Holy Land. She discovered the hiding place of 3 crosses. This was sometime between 326 AD and 328 AD, one of which is said to bear Jesus' name. And fragments from the cross have been shared among mostly Catholic organizations around the world. In fact, the earliest historical reference to the veneration of the true cross was in the mid-4th century. And by the 8th century, there were legendary details about the history of the wood of the cross before it was used for the crucifixion. As per traditions, in fact, 3 crosses were found buried near the site of the Holy Sepulchre. And in order to find out which was the true cross, the Patriarch Macarius of Jerusalem had a sick person touch each of the 3 crosses. So how was the true cross discovered? Well, when the sick person was healed upon touching it. But that's just a summary of how the true cross is believed to have been discovered. There's more to the story. The true cross is said to have been split into 3 parts. 1/3 remained in Jerusalem, 1/3 was brought to Rome, and 1/3 was taken to Constantinople to make it impregnable. And that's not where the story ends. The story of the true cross has a series of disappearances attached to it. Multiple disappearances. It was hidden many times, later rediscovered. The relic has seen multiple journeys, and now it is making news as 2 shards of the true cross will be making their way and their presence felt in London. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.